Hey, I'm Nick Boy, and welcome to Pocket for Friday, the 22nd of April, a mere day before my birthday. Today on the show, delays, pirates in cages, and what would we do without good game? Alright, here's what's been making headlines. Mirror's Edge Catalyst has been delayed ahead of this weekend's closed beta. The game was originally slated for a February launch, but EA pushed it back to May 24th in October last year. Now, it's been held back again until the 9th of June here in Australia. According to the game's design director Eric Odeldahl, this decision was made in order to make sure the game is as amazing as possible for you, the players. Which reads about as genuinely as John Travolta's face in American Crime Story. Next up, and the PS4 is about to get a whole lot more dinosaur. The original version of Ark Survival Evolved will finally make its way onto the platform in June, and that will be closely followed by the release of the standalone Ark Survival of the Fittest variant, which will hit the PlayStation Store on the 19th of July. Currently a PC exclusive, Survival of the Fittest is a multiplayer online survival arena variant of the original Dino Sandbox game, which Studio Wildcard used to run monthly tournaments with real-world cash prizes. Ubisoft's The Division has received a few much-needed bug and exploit fixes during the game's latest server maintenance. Players will no longer be able to take advantage of the double revive bug, nor talent stacking on weapons by switching them in and out really quickly, and importantly, it makes the Falcon Lost exploit impossible. There's still no word on how or when the Falcon Lost exploiters will be punished. Square Enix has announced plans to shut down some of Final Fantasy XIII's online features. The Outer World services will go offline on the 26th of April. This means the online features such as the social network will be gone, players will no longer be able to summon Outer World NPCs or obtain Outer World rewards, and saddest of all, the main menu's news ticker will be deactivated. Don't get too upset about Square over that ticker though, because they've just donated to the Japanese earthquake relief effort. The Tokyo-based publisher donated 50 million yen or 600,000 Australian dollars to the Japanese Red Cross Society to help recovery in regions affected by the two major earthquakes which hit Kumamoto last week. And for those concerned, John, ladies and gentlemen, is doing just fine. And finally, Bethesda has revealed the first footage for their Hearthstone competitor, Elder Scrolls Legends, and a beta for it is now live. If you're interested, you can register for the PC exclusive beta through Bethesda's website. Alright, now it's time for Thing of the Day.
Well, there are two banthas down there, but I don't see any... Wait a second. They're sand people, all right. I can see one of them now.
In Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Hydra Productions was attempting some aerial assassinations, but sadly found himself locked in a cage instead. That's no life for a sailor.
Well, there are two banthas down there, but I don't see any... Wait a second. They're sand people, all right. I can see one of them now.
Alright, let's ask some pockets! And today's first question comes in from GG Edit Monkey, who says, do I still have a job, or has Paul dethroned me? Now, I don't know who this person is who wrote this question. We are very happy with our current editor Paul, and do not desire another. I do have vague memories, however, of someone sitting at that desk who used to get angry when I dry humped them, but perhaps they are from another life. Whoever this G, get it, M, Unky is, they are clearly delusional or have written their question into the wrong show. Our next question comes in from ShellKitty88, who says, if you guys didn't play video games, where would you be now? Good question, Kitty. However, I am going to assume you mean if you didn't play video games and get a job at Good Game, where would you be now? And the answer for me is actually very simple. Dead. Well, either dead or doing this other cool job, because before I started here, I actually got offered a gig at a production company heading up a new project there, and that would have involved sort of producing and directing and wrangling a team of people to make something new and cool. Producing and directing has actually been a huge part of my career all the way up until I started here at Good Game. It's just here I don't really need to use that skill that much because I have a Pete. And because I have a Pete, I've seemed to have reverted to child mode, whereas before I managed a staff of 30, now I regularly scream out to Pete to help me open my soy milk poppers. Speaking of, Pete, help! It's too fiddly for my tiny fingies! However, I did ask around the office, and I will now read out some of the answers I got verbatim. TV's Barjo says, well, if I wasn't working in TV or playing video games, I think I'd be doing live shows at zoos, explaining to everyone about birds and snakes and in detail exactly what those monkeys are doing when they're attacking each other. Monkey sex. Saving children who have fallen into gorilla enclosures, unless they're kind of those snooty up-themselves kids like my old neighbor's kids who in the 80s had every single Transformer and all I had was a f***ing yellow GoBot and they rubbed it in my face all the time. Who's laughing now, Gary and Linda? Huh? Not me! Those GI Transformers are really expensive and I sold the ones I impulse bought online a few years ago to pay for my cat's tooth operation and I think they were probably painted with lead anyway. So yeah, either that or a chess model, obviously. You know, I actually see that for him. The zoo thing, not the chess model thing. Rad said, I'd probably have gone back to uni to do an undergrad in biotechnology with a view of working in bioethics. Or I'd be a poor musician playing in bars every night and feeling desperately awkward and not cool enough to be there. Pete reckons he would be working for a regional newspaper somewhere in Central Australia writing op-eds on why sand sucks. And someone called John wrote in for some reason and said, editing something else at ABC most likely. Good luck to you, John, whoever you are. All right, our next question comes in from Ryby, my boy. How can we as Pocketeers show our support? Is liking, subscribing, and sharing enough, or can we do more? Ryby, my boy, your eyeballs are all I need. And by that I do of course mean I physically need your eyeballs. Really, the biggest help is just telling your friends and the internet. Despite being part of the ABC, we have no marketing budget and simply rely on word of mouth. So if you can take your mouth, form it in the shape of words like God Pocket is great and he spells it with an H and it's just adorable, then that's all we need. But again, and please don't forget, I do also need your eyeballs. Our next question comes in from Zinlav, who wants to know, when you guys are off camera, do you call each other by your gaming names or do you use the real ones, i.e. Barjo and Steven? It actually depends on the person. Obviously, our given names are our actual names, so they do get peppered in here and there. I would say out of everyone, Steven gets the nickname treatment the most. It's about 70% Barjo, 30% Steven. Steph is usually Steph. Goose is almost always Gus. Michael is Hingers about half the time, and I'm rarely Nick Boy. Except for when we have meetings where we're talking about segments on the show or something, and Good Games director Ben might say something like, yeah, so I was thinking we would have Nick Boy in for a chat. And I just sit there and think, that sounds so stupid coming out of someone's mouth. So yeah, it depends. Our final question comes in from Cosmic Monkey God, who wants to know, which pizza toppings do you like? Hashtag serious question. A plain margarita pizza will do me just fine. Nothing fancy about me. I'm just a simple, down-to-earth country boy. Just whack some tomato on a piece of bread, and I'll be fine. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Pocket, my Pocketeers. Have you ever seen facial hair hold a gun? Let me know in the comments. And while you're on the internet, please check out Good Game on Facebook, YouTube, and iView. Want to meet fellow Pocketeers? Then join the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. You can follow Good Game on Twitter at GoodGameTV, follow Pocket at NickBoy, at Pierreth, at GG, and at Samgy. There are links to everything I just said in the description below. Today's Thing of the Day graphic was made by Rob Lowe Staple. Start thinking about your favorite Thing of the Day graphics because starting next week, we'll be opening a little competition. Also, I'm looking forward to meeting a bunch of you lovely Sydney-dwelling Pocketeers at Good Game Live on Sunday. We'll also be doing a meet and greet and signing afterwards. So if you come along then, I will sign literally anything. So if you want to see a fun show and have me sign your anything, buy some tickets now online. For everyone else, I will see you all hopefully on Monday. Until then, Nick, bye out. Right, you happy? Okay, I said what you wanted me to say. Let the boy family go. Oh God, John, come back! Don't let it kill my lineage!
Because it's your birthday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I got you a little something.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm really nervous. I should be?
Yeah, maybe.
This is it's shockingly light.
It's one of those new light cakes.
What is this?
Oh, this fell off.
Oh no! Oh no, the candle fell off. So it appears to be a sponge with a paper candle.
A sponge cake.
It's a sponge cake! And then there's rice cakes. So this is the cake.
And then there's something else.
And then there's also a picture of a cake.
Because
Because
printing things for you.
Because you're always, and this, yeah. And so you printed me a cake.
Yeah.
Look, they say it's the thought that counts. And here I don't think that's true.
What do you think?
No, thank you very much. Happy birthday to me.